All right, on to this now. The Soweto Marathon is well underway with the 42.2-kilometer race starting earlier on this morning at 5:30. Now, the marathon includes the 21-kilometer race as well as the 10-kilometer race and passes iconic Soweto landmarks, namely the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital, the Walter Sisulu Square, the Regina Mundi Catholic Church, as well as Vilagazi Street and the Hector Peterson Memorial. So, Newzroom Afrika's Yolulwe Qoshe is at Nasrec, where the marathon is set to finish later on this morning. Yolulwe, good morning and good to see you this morning. Talk to us, though, about the hive of activity that has happened at Nasrec. Yesterday, we had the Soweto Derby. Talk to us about how maybe that hype of activity yesterday might have impact or might impact what happens later on this morning in the Soweto Marathon. Good morning.
A very good morning to you in studio, Rachel, as well as to the viewers at home. Of course, I see you speaking about the route that was designed for this particular Soweto Marathon. There had to be a little bit of a reroute, of course, and it is because of the activities from yesterday. We saw the unruly behavior of the fans throwing objects onto the FNB Stadium. That has since affected what would have been the initial starting point of this year's Soweto Marathon. It has now been shifted slightly next door to the Nasrec Expo Center. But that doesn't mean that the race has not stopped. Has stopped. In fact, it has been going on for over an hour now, and there's already a leading pack. There's already a chasing pack as well from those hopeful runners who want to be crowned the 2024 champions of this particular race. At the time that we started this particular interview, it was a Hollywood Athletics Club athlete that was at the helm of that chasing pack. In fact, he was number one. Joining me now is George Sitole from the Athletics Club itself to tell us more about his racer and more races. But firstly, George, let's speak about the adjustment of this starting point.
Yeah.
It has changed from the stadium to this expo. But you feel as if that's an advantage for the clubs?
I feel basically for the clubs and the support that they give to their runners on a very tough and hot day like this, it's more beneficial, it's easy. Where at the FNB Stadium, you'll find that the club gazebos are placed very high and makes it very difficult for the runners to support, the supporters to support their runners. And obviously running after this heat, having to go up a couple of steps just to get a refreshments from your club gazebo is a bit difficult. As you can see here, they are alongside the finish, easy and accessible, and it benefits everybody. As we know, this was the original finish start before the time.
You mentioned the struggles. One runner that's not struggling at the moment is Rerouting Pulinyana from your club.
Yeah.
I understand there's a bit of a special story towards him. Can you tell us a bit more about who he is as a runner in the background?
Okay, so affectionately known as Pule. Pulinyana comes from Coach Prodigal Kumalo stable, which is the Orcas Academy. He just finished number one at the Prince Mangosuthu Ultra Marathon, and then after that he joined us at Hollywood Athletics Club. He's currently in the top 10 as per our last search. He was number one, but now he has dropped down to number 4. It is a very tough route. We must say that they will be saving their energy. They will be making sure that they fall back and not attack early, conserve their energy, make sure that the attack is done, because it's not a race that we're going to see finishing in 2:20 or 2:10. It's going to be going for your times of 2:29 and 2:30.
Is the nature of the race and the conserving of the energy one of the reasons why you're seeing the defending champions in this Mpakati, as well as renowned marathon runner Edward Mutibi, in the lower ranks and the teens in terms of where they're placing at the moment? Is there a strategy behind that? Are they onto something?
Yeah, there's definitely a strategy. You got to look at your likes of Qoshe. He's a master of those strategies, because he falls back a lot, and then you see him surging and coming into the top 10 as the race reaches its final 5-6 kilometers. So Ntsidiso, he's a strong runner. We all know he's a defending champion. He's eyeing out the competition. He's probably saving his energy, knowing when to attack. As we see the splits between the runners, changing positions from 1 to 4. That's just caused by the water stations. It's a very hot day today. It's going to get hotter. So what they do is that is disturbed when they go and collect their bottles, which they really need, because there's a lot of concoctions in those bottles that keeps them going and gets them to the finish. So we're looking strong. I think the strategy, obviously, by all of them is to ensure that they conserve the energy in the first half, and then obviously later on the 35-kilometer mark, that's when we will see a huge change, a huge shift in the positioning of the runners. But Pule is in there for a fight. Qoshe is in there for a fight. We have your likes of Tsepo Ramashola, who has finished in the podium in 2022. We have Joseph Sahrola. He's also here running. So there's a strong side on the athletics team, or Hollywood athletics team, that can top in a place in the top 10.
And just lastly, you mentioned the men's side, competitive, looking very good at the moment.
Yeah.
The ladies' side as well, it seems like you're competitive there as well, and you're eyeing a bit of success. Talk to us about a special lady from Lesotho wearing your colors and representing you proudly in the ladies' race at the moment.
Okay. On the ladies' race, we have Naheng Katala. She holds the national record for the 10-kilometer in Lesotho. Basically, she's coming here. She's one of the favorites to win the race. She's running alongside Rutendo Nyahora, who's coming from the Olympic Games in Paris. Then we have an absentee, which is Yvette van Zyl. We all know that she was the champion last year, which now leaves the field wide open. It's anyone's race. So we hope that your likes of Naheng can really push the Ethiopian runner who's present and go for it. A strong competitor who was supposed to be running is Tadonare. She's not here, so it leaves the field wide open. So it's anyone's race, but Naheng is strong. We believe that she can finish number 1 and take it.
Thank you so much for your time, George Sithole. We wish you the best with your athletes and hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated. Thank you.
Well, that was George Sithole of the Hollywood Athletics Club. Talk to us about both the men's and women's side of their club. Currently very competitive. And he says it's anybody's race, though, at the moment. So we wait to see who comes out victorious. The likes of the Newzroom Afrika have an uphill challenge when it comes to defending their title. But according to George, that's all part of the strategy. They should be able to move up further when it matters the most. It's back to you, Studio Rachel.
Thank you so much, Yolulwe Qoshe. They're out in Nasrec for us this morning. Of course, they're giving a breakdown of what to expect in the race. Newzroom Afrika, the men's defending champion, will he make it 2 wins in a row?